So this chase took me to Newark with the Guardians of Rescue, who go into places like Newark, Trenton, Patterson, Asbury Park, where they know that dogfighting is going on in our state. So in this instance, they were actually negotiating with the Bloods to ask them to help them with this issue that's going on in Newark.
Our goal is to work with these gangs that have a lot of clout here, to encourage them to work with us and see that, you know what, if someone's fighting these dogs, if someone's abusing these dogs, they'll do it to children, to have a little more respect for that animal.
So they took me out, and the gang members openly spoke to me. We're not going to use their names, but they did allow us to use their faces, and they spoke to me about why they are willing to help the Guardians of Rescue get this job done.
When you promote aggression and people are thriving financially off of aggression, that's a negative thing, you know what I mean? You don't want that in the community, because it translates, it translates to kids, translates to everybody. Everybody doesn't want to see that.
I got kids. I got little boys. My little boy follow everything I do. He wearing his pants like me. So, if he see me fighting dogs, he gonna be fighting cats.
I was raised around dogs, the southern things. I was raised from a little pup with a little pup. I've had over 10 dogs. So when I met Lethal and he told me about the Guardians of Rescue, I had no other choice but to get with the movement, because that's all I'm about is movements. And dogs, what could I say about them? It's not just a man's best friend, but it was a child's best friend.
I mean, is this the Bloods making an attempt to be legitimate? Because they're making an awfully big play to save the dogs. Meanwhile, there are community guns that are available to kids. They're robbing retail establishments. They're shooting at cops. They're killing each other. It seems somewhat hypocritical that now they're talking about ending violence when it pertains to dogfighting, and cops are still in danger walking down the street.
My impression of gangs like the Bloods or any other one is that there's a good deal of freelancing going on among the ranks. It's important to acknowledge the good intention. I hope it goes well going forward.
Also to note is that the Guardians of Rescue are not directly related to any law enforcement, so the Bloods wouldn't have worked with the police on this issue. The police and SPCA are too afraid to go into these areas and get this job done. The Guardians of Rescue are the brave ones who are going in, they take the dogs, and they're not taking the people into the jail.
There is some good that the community's rising up. I just think that, it's one thing to put a value on a dog's life. It's another to put a value on a human life. And I think we need to see that value increase before any of this is solved.